Welcome to the demo. We're going to show you how to save at least 20 minutes of wasted time for each member of your staff every day. Any idea how much that adds up to over the course of a year? Well, it's actually 2 weeks, 74 hours. Now, the cost of working and lost billable time, that can be a lot of money. We're going to save that by removing filing, typing, searching. So let's go to the demo and see exactly how we do that. The first way we do it is in Outlook. Clearly, when you go into your office in the morning, you're normally opening up your emails. And we can see our emails in our inbox. Now, they're already filed. By filed, I mean copied to client accounts, where we get a single view of all our client communications. Instead of leaving them in Outlook in a separate place and worrying about having to manually file them, wasting time filing them, not knowing what other members of staff are sending or receiving, and so on. In fact, the only emails we should have in our inbox are emails which we need to reply to or deal with. We can line up all our filed ones because Logical Office tells us which ones are filed, and we can delete them to keep our inbox down to a reasonable level. So that's our time saved already. No need to search around for emails in our inbox. We can see them where they should be in the client file. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to log in with my username and password. And the very first thing we see is our action list. And it's color coded. We can also show the jobs here that the actions are attached to. It's color coded. Red is overdue, blue is today, black is in the future. We can make the screen move by dragging the orange borders. That's all throughout Logical Office. The same thing happens. Or I can make this one full screen and see more details of what actions have been done, comments, contacts, deadlines, and so on. And it's fully integrated, obviously, so that we can get to the account direct from the action list. We can see other people's action list or everybody's action list without having to go and interrupt them to find out what they're doing or look at a spreadsheet. We can also reschedule actions. That one I can send to tomorrow, that one I can do in a week, that one I can do in a month. So depending on whether it's urgent or not, and priorities can be assigned as well. The action list will mean you can easily see deadlines, control them, manage them, and of course quickly get to the account really without having to think about it. Click on the account. When you get to the account, you'll see the account view. Again, orange borders showing you little mini windows. Top left, you'll get the addresses and categories and so on. You'll get notes and warnings. On the right, you'll get a full history of documents. Bottom left, you'll get the list of people at that company, and you'll get all the jobs you're doing, events down the bottom right. To read the document history, just click the preview, and basically you're reading through any emails that have been sent, text messages, further emails and text messages, any PDFs stored, any scanned documents, emails coming in and out, so on, all in one place. You can view it in full screen as well, zooming in and out, and just going up and down the file, just like flicking through a paper file, but much quicker, much easier. So that's the preview button we've seen. We're in the accounts view. Going back to the accounts view, we can see this. Now, what you can also do is using the search button at the top, you can search for accounts, or you can list them all here just in a listing. If you want to get to an individual, you can just type in some or part of their name, and you can pull up, for example, Sam Black, and immediately sees director of 3 limited companies without searching. If you get a phone call from someone, hello Kate, how you doing? It's Kate Burrows calling. I can quickly locate her record. Why are you calling, Kate? How can I help you? Want to talk about my self-assessment? No problem. We've got an amount overdue of 50p. So by the time you finish saying hello, you've already tracked down her file and you're reading it without any wasteful searching, wasted time. And it's as simple as that. Go back to my action list and get on with what I was doing before. Now, what you can also do in the search icon is you can search company's house. And basically what I've done is I've set up your record already, Arctic Mission. What I could do is just go into Company's House, click on your name and hit the plus button. To save time, I've actually done that already, so I'll show you how the search works. I'll go to Arctic Mission, pull it up, and you'll see here you are in the system. And I've added some standard jobs or filing headings, correspondence file, annual accounts file, payroll, VAT file. And you'll notice they all have a unique reference number. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to send you an email welcome without doing any typing or filing. This is again saving more time every day, and the way I do that is by using a template. If I hover over this icon which tells me that I'm going to create a new document, email or SMS message, all of these icons are self-documenting. I can choose my template. My favorites are listed here that I'm always using. I can have my recents as well, or I can go into my full library which we provide of templates to start off with. But I'm going to choose my new client acknowledgement email, and I'm just going to hit the save button. And that has immediately created in Outlook my email, full email merged, Dear Rupert, with the reference number of the job, the account reference, any data merged in that you like. Now you can change it at this point, or you can just send it, and it's as simple as that. You could also send a text message. All you have to do is choose the appropriate template, welcome SMS text, and hit the save button, and there you go, hit send. Tells me how many credits I've got left. You pay a few pence to the text local to send those, and all of these are being sent with no typing and no filing. Writing a letter could be an engagement letter or any other letter. Again, choose the letter. In this case it's a one-click job. Click on the template and you'll see the merge codes here in our template ready to be populated, and that letter is created instantly in Word. And we don't have to give it a name, file it or anything. It's on file. We can preview to see what we've done over on the right hand side, letter, text and email. And if you reply to that email, the reply will be filed into Logical Office in the correspondence file without you touching any keyboards, dragging or dropping any emails, so you're saving a lot of time. Now, when we come to send out information or get files into Logical Office, there's various ways to do it. You can literally drag and drop files in. So I'm going to click on the payroll file, drop in my payslips that I've got on my desktop. I'm going to give them a standard file type. This way we don't have to type it each time we do it. And the system's actually warning me we don't have an encryption key for our payslips. Would you like to create one? Yes, thank you, I will. Save it, save it. And now in our payroll file we've got payslips on file, and it's marked them as encrypted because it knows that if we send payslips we always want them encrypted. We don't have to tell the system. Now in order to send those to you fully encrypted, I can choose this icon which is create a new email attaching currently selected history items. I can choose my payslips and close template and hit save, and that's all there is to it. And this is going to create my email with the reference number of the payroll, the locked payslips, and a link to the website that unlocks them. Now if I click on that link, it'll take me to that website. And if I just park those payslips here for a second, what you'll see is if I try and open them, they're completely locked. They will not open. It's a fully encrypted file. Nobody can open them. The only way that you can open them is by going to Logical Office DocuCrypt encryption and decryption website here and putting in the key which is provided. Now a lot of people ask me how do we tell our clients what the key is. It's very simple. All you do is use a template called SMS encryption code, hit save and hit send the encryption code so the clients know what the encryption code is. I know what the encryption code is because on the file here, so I'm going to copy that to save time typing, and I'm just going to paste that straight into the website and drop in my locked payslips, which immediately go green. Unlocked icon appears and the payslips download. So this website is actually very simple. What it does is it locks unlocked files, drop them in red locks them and downloads them immediately. And if you've got the right key, it will unlock a locked file. As simple as that. Unlock lock with a key. The key is known only to you and your clients. You can use it on any file. You don't even need Logical Office to benefit from that program. So let me get rid of that desktop junk that I've created, and then go on to the next stage, which is, rather than just sending encrypted documents, let's go into our accounts and drag in some final accounts. And again, we have a file type for final accounts. You don't have to type it in every time. And we do that for lots of things. If you drag in a CT600, we have a file type for CT600. If you drag in a letter of representation, we have a file type for letter of representation. By this, file type means we've got no need to type it in each time, regardless of the name of the file. Now, if I want to send one of these files to you, or all of them, for signing electronically, I can do that with basically 2 mouse clicks. First mouse click is send to portal. The second mouse click is send. Now, before I hit the second mouse click to send, I can see that my documents will be signed. It knows that final accounts are always signed. If you're not needing to sign them, you just untick the tick box. There's a template associated with each type of document already, so you don't have to choose it each time. It saves time. And there's also the template message here, which you can modify prior to sending, so you can tailor it if you want. But if not, just do the second mouse click, and that's sent that document for e-signing. Literally couldn't really get much quicker or easier than that. Now, that goes to our portal. The portal is actually an add-on to the Lite program. It's not a standard thing within Logical Office, because we use a third-party company called MyDocSafe, which is a fully proven and reliable and popular portal. By clicking on the portal icon, I'm able to see all my unsigned documents here from myself or anyone else, and when they do get signed, I will get a listing down here that they're signed, and I can file them all back into my account. So that's e-signing, all very simple if you want to bolt that onto Logical Office and use it. So going across the top, we've seen the accounts preview icons, the action list. Recents is very useful. It means that we can go to our favorite customers quickly without searching that we're working on. That one's quite a busy one, and start reading the file on that. Or we can go back to recents, back to Arctic Mission without searching. So it's a very quick way of navigating around the system. And what we can do with the events icon at the top is list all of the jobs that we've added to all of our client files. So if I choose, for example, year-end accounts, and I hit the list button, this will list all my year-end accounts in the spreadsheet style format. I can make this full screen. I can show all the accounting dates on the right hand side. These are automatically updated from Company's House. We never have to look at Company's House again to update accounting dates once we've linked the record to Company's House. And of course, we can change the status of the job here if we didn't put it in the first place, and the grouping and so on. And this is our spreadsheet, our control, if you like, of what's going on. We can also immediately access the record from there, go back to the next one down, access that record, Charted Limited, go back to our events and access the next one, which is Accountably Limited, and so on. And then if we want to, we can go back to Arctic Mission and continue viewing that file. Now, if we call one of our clients, we might be working in the correspondence file, and we want to call them, we just click on the telephone icon. If you integrate your telephone system, that will even make the call for you, dial out, which is what we do in the office. We don't have any telephones, we only have headsets with microphones, and we don't press any buttons to dial. It's all done using the computer. So if we make a telephone conversation call, wants a new company, call in May to book meeting, etc. We make a little note what we said. Now what we can do at this point is we can schedule an action to call back and because we want to call in May, we just schedule maybe the 15th of May. That's now in my action list. You'll see it here in my action list to call Arctic Mission Limited. And of course, back at the program here, we have a note of the call. And when you view the note on the right, you'll see also any previous notes. You get a full history, so you don't have to search back. And there we can see from our accounts view, we've got a lot of documents here which we've put into the file with very little typing or filing. We have notes, we have letters we've written, we have scanned documents all in one place, speeding up the way that we use the system. So if we want to have a meeting with a client about year-end accounts, we can go into the diary, the next icon along. We can actually see what everyone's doing or choose our own diary. We can choose a particular convenient date, a particular time, and just hit the save button. That's in the diary with literally no typing, ready for us to be prepared for. Before we can actually load from the diary the record without searching AST or UK, and then when we've finished with them, go back to Arctic Mission. So very easy to navigate around. We also have a post room. So what will happen is that when there's any documents in the post room, which is a Windows in tray, we can click on the name here of the individual and see what's in their in tray in Windows. We see it anyway in Logical Office. You can actually drag and drop documents into here if you want them to be filed. Just drag and drop them in from your desktop, ready for filing. And what will happen here is we can open up any of these documents, work out which company we need to file them against, put in all or part of the company name, and decide which file within that. It could be management accounts, year-end accounts 2017. We just import the file, moves it from our in tray back into the relevant client file, speeding up filing. And of course, the emails are being auto-filed. We create documents, and what we end up with is a complete history in here of the filing system. With Logical Office, you also have an archive processor, so that when you delete an account, you don't actually delete it. It goes into the archive. You can go back, you can tick on a particular account and or job or whatever it is you deleted, and you can reinstate it completely without losing any data. So you can also archive transactions. So that's a little overview of the Lite system to do your paperless office, your email filing, your diary, event management, action controls, and so on. Thank you very much.